Hey everybody, I'm Materia Girl, and this is my first video of anything ever. So I apologize for any audio issues, or how I sound, or how nervous I'm probably going to be. But I thought it would be really fun to try and make a video about a scenario I just made in Parkitect. I really like Parkitect. I really like watching videos of other people building things in it, and I don't think I'm quite up to their level. But a lot of people seemed really impressed by this park. So I just thought it would be fun to show it off in a video and kind of talk about it while I do. So to start off with, the main thing that I wanted to do when I built this park was waterfalls. And before, it was really hard to make waterfalls because the way the terrain tool worked, if you were to like even out terrain next to a cliff like this, you would end up destroying the cliff. So I would get this little edge here all set and ready to make a waterfall, and then I'd go prepare down here and I would destroy it every time. And I actually complained about that on the subreddit, and within less than an hour, I think, the lead designer had gone in and modified the functionality so that that doesn't happen anymore. So finally I was able to get around making a waterfall without doing it meticulously by dragging every single corner manually. And I came up with these two waterfalls and just kind of did this lazy little hill here, and otherwise everything was built around that. I didn't really have a plan when I started it. I just wanted to make waterfalls, and I knew I wanted to make like a highway, so I made a little national park with waterfalls and a highway. And later I saw someone make a tram system, kind of like you'd have in the parking lot of a studio. Where is it? Where the heck's the monorail? Oh, like this, where little trams just drive around down the road and get you from place to place. I forgot that you have to raise the road above it to hide the track, but it came out pretty good anyway, I guess. These kind of just look like lines to warn drivers. You know, the monorail is going to have to cross over the bridge here, so watch out. And I made sure that there's room on the road for cars and the monorail. Which I just think that's kind of a cool idea, just to have outside of the park transport, which is also what I did here with the train. The train actually goes from this station all the way around the lake to this station, and all the way over here to this station, and then it goes underground where it kind of disappears around here, and it pops back out over here. And the goal was to make it look like it comes from a town outside of the park and just kind of shows up and drops people off inside. Presumably they paid for their park ticket when they got on the train, because it doesn't go anywhere else. But then there's just this little branch here for supplies to be delivered. I kind of like the idea of supplies being delivered to the depot from a train or a truck. And further down here you can see that it extends out and goes somewhere else. I don't know where it goes, but it goes over there too. And since the point of this park is that it used to be a national park, but there's no visitors anymore. It has all this water, but there's no fish. I mean, you can see right in the water, there's no fish. And but because there's just this little entrance, and I didn't think these buses were sufficient to get people into the park, I figured I'd do a parking lot over here. You can see people spawn from right here in the parking lot and just walk up to the entrance. And the tram is so that people can get to the main entrance, or they can go in this little cruddy side entrance and have to go for a long walk. But since it was a national park, there's no attractions. And let's look at the description. Kind of get where's the description? Does it not show the description in the park? Maybe it doesn't show the description in the park. I'm off to a great start. Anyway, I'll just wing it. Basically, the park is a national park. It's failing. Nobody comes to the park because there's no fish. There's nothing to do. It's mostly flat, so there's no hiking. It's pretty cold. I think I set the average temperature to always be under 65 degrees. It might be 70 in like July, but that's it. The rest of the year, it's cold. And since nobody comes, the locals kind of put... Oh, I got struck by lightning? I didn't know I could do that. Jeez, I don't play this game enough. Um, because the locals wanted people to come to the park, they thought, okay, maybe having the train go in there would work. Well, it didn't. So, as a last-ditch attempt, they figured, let's use the land and try and get an amusement park, and maybe we can get some tourism going. So you've got very little money to start with. I'm going to have to rebalance that probably. I haven't done actually any real playtesting before this video. I just got obsessed with building the park and making it look pretty and trying as hard as I could to be happy with how it looks. And I wanted to make a park that didn't have too much difficulty in the terrain and had a lot of freedom for what you can do, but still had restrictions. Like you can't terraform, so you cannot get rid of these giant rocks here. You cannot remove the river. Over here it's a little bumpy, so you're going to have to work with that if you want to expand this way. There's lots of land to buy or earn from goals, but it's all flat. So it's not too hard to work with, but I wanted it to be not super challenging, but just one of those parks that's fun to work around. Like myself, when a park has pre-made paths like this, I like to work with those paths. I don't like to completely demolish everything and build like a midway. I just like to work with these paths and see what ends up happening. Because that's kind of just how I build. That's how I built this park, I built this river, and I just kind of did whatever I felt like. So here's the main entrance. I'm going to work from the main entrance and the other entrance at the same time, but the main entrance should be the focus because I want people to get on this little monorail to get to it. Right now all people are doing is riding the monorail, but you can see the park starts in a state of disrepair. These paths are not all connected. This is kind of cheap and cheesy gameplay, air quotes, but I don't know. I like the idea of having to look out for stuff like that. Because if you don't fix it, and then you expand your park, people aren't going to be able to get places, and you're going to go, well, what's going on? How come nobody's getting over here? And the other half of the park, there's no paths at all. It's just to discourage people from going over there. Like Evergreen Gardens in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 was just this huge, huge plot of land with paths all over the place, and if you didn't block people off, you'd lose track of them, and they'd get lost, and so this is just kind of a simple starting area that they have access to. And here you can see the bridge is actually destroyed, so they can't even get over there. So they can't get onto this train at all. They can only get off. And let's see what we got. This here, there's a depot hidden under here, there's a staff room hidden under here, and there's a training room hidden under here. And on this entrance there's also a depot, but it's not connected to anything. There are no shops in here. But there are shops in here, I believe. I think there's a burgers. Oh, yep, a burgers, a drinks, and a toilet. So those should already be set up to the depot here. Yep, they are. Okay, so that's good. There's a hauler when you start the park, so you don't have to worry about that. So everybody's all set up to get food and stuff, at least to start. And let's see what we can do in here. Let's start with the carousel. Carousel's pretty basic starting stuff for a park. I like the idea of sticking the carousel over here by the water. Let's see. I don't often get fancy with rides in the areas around them. The way this park is themed, it doesn't seem like it would have a lot of fancy stuff going on around the rides. It's just rides. You know, you just lay out your park, lay out your rides. Kind of like a starter Roller Coaster Tycoon scenario. I never did anything fancy with Forest Frontiers, and whenever I tried to, I messed it up, and I would lose tons of money because I just went way overboard on decorating. So here, this line's way too long. That line is ridiculously long for a carousel, but it's okay. Here I'm just going to try and kind of make it look like what it is, you know. It's a park that somebody put a theme park into. It's not like a big Cedar Point kind of thing with huge paths and a big midway. It's just a park. And maybe once more stuff gets in here, that'll look kind of stupid, but that's okay. I mean, this carousel doesn't really look the best anyway, but I'm just showing off the park, so it doesn't matter. I actually haven't played enough to know what people prefer in terms of charging for rides. I don't think I made them very difficult for this park, but usually raising 50 cents or so to start is good, and then you just kind of work from there. We've got 20 people here. I don't know where the heck they all are. I guess they're just kind of wandering around. They don't have anything to do. But a carousel's not going to draw people. You got to start with a coaster. If I don't start with a coaster, I'm going to lose too much money to be able to afford a coaster. So I got to start with a coaster. You can see the rides that are unlocked at start here aren't really anything special. There's like basic carnival rides. This one's kind of new. I don't think I've ever seen this one, so I'm not sure what that one is. But it looks kind of basic. Basic. The top spin's kind of out there. I don't think you'd see a top spin at a carnival, but you got to have some stuff. There's river stuff. I'm not sure how well that would work integrated directly into the river, but the lakes are probably good for the paddle boats. It rains here not very often, but it does rain here, so a lot of indoor stuff will be good because it's cold out. But to start with, let's do... I'm no good at building coasters, but I guess I'll build a little coaster while we're here. Let's do a wooden coaster. And I kind of want to put it... I want to draw people all through the park. I don't really want to start right at the start. So I think I'll put it over here. And I'm just going to wing it. Like I said, I'm really bad at building coasters. I don't have much practice in it, despite years of playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, because I like building the aesthetic more than I like building the coaster. So I'm just going to... Oh, will you shut up? I'm just going to build something kind of basic. Typical lift hill, whatever nonsense. I should have started it raised so they could dip, because I can't do terraforming, so I can't make a dip into the ground. That's something I should have thought about. But I didn't think... Shut up! I didn't think about it. Because I like wooden coasters that do that, where they just go boop. And I'm not used to the controls here either. There we go. They just start like that, and then they go directly into a lift hill. Oh, I didn't realize you could do a steep lift hill on the wooden coaster. I really haven't played this enough to know what I'm doing. Before official scenarios show up, I have a hard time playing a game like this. But I have no idea what I'm doing. This is going to be awful. I'll tell you right now, this is going to be terrible. It's just going to be a dopey little kind of wooden coaster. I really like roller coasters and theme parks, but I don't go to them. That is still a lift hill. The lift hill doesn't go away automatically. It's something to pay attention to. I don't really go to any theme parks. I love Cedar Point. I try to go every year. It's kind of difficult to get in every year with friends, but the only other one local is Michigan's Adventure. Michigan's Adventure is not awful, but it's not... Michigan's Adventure is kind of pathetic, but it's got some good stuff there. I really like the hanging coaster. I don't know the name of it. That was actually my first coaster, the first coaster I was ever brave enough to ride. This is a problem that I don't care for in Parkitect. If you use a mix of different angles of slopes, you can end up where you're not angled properly when you go straight. And that's really only a problem at the end of a track, connecting it back. Like, see, this is at, what's that say, 3.5? And this is at 3 1/4. So getting that back to 3.5 can be a pain in the ass. But I guess it gives you more customized options, I don't know what I'm doing. This is terrible. There's no banking. This is terrible. There's no hills here or anything. It's just curbs. I'm sure it's really fun. I'm sure everybody will love it. I'm sure they'll love ramming directly into that rock there. It's going kind of fast too, isn't it? Especially for no banking. But I'm just playing the game. I'm just having fun. That's the point. I can bank it later. We'll see what happens. Not doing much showing off the park, am I? I'm not doing much banter either, am I? I don't know what I'm doing. Isn't that fun? Opening up a video, a brand new video from a brand new channel, and all they keep saying is, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, here's my horrible wooden coaster. Just kind of test it out and see how awful it comes out without any banking. Oh, look how tiny. Look how tiny the train is. I don't want a train that tiny. Why the hell can I only put 2 cars per train? My station's really long. Why can I only put 2 cars per train? I don't know. I don't know what I did there, but I'll. Oh my goodness! Oh no! That might be why I can only do 2 cars per train. I have track edit installed, and oh yeah, those are not lined up. That's just at 3 feet. I thought it was at 3.5. It's not. I play on a big TV, so I'm not close enough really to see these, and I'm gonna cheat here and use track edit to figure out what I'm doing. Just do a straight and right. Why is it doing that glow? It shouldn't be doing that glow. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. There we go. Okay. Salvaged. Video is saved. I salvaged it. Look at how salvaged this shit is. Sorry, I shouldn't swear in the first video. Look how salvaged this crap is. Now can I fix it? Oh, now I can fix it. There we go. That's what I want. Now let's test it out. See what happens. It's raining an awful lot. I might have to tune that. I don't think it's supposed to be raining this much. Oh, it's April. I did set it to rain a lot in April. April showers bring May flowers. Everybody knows. So everybody's used to it. Unless they don't live in the Midwest where that's not true. Oh, this is awful. Oh, this is terrible. Oh my god, I wouldn't want to ride this. Crash right into a tree. Oh, that was bad. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's got high excitement and low intensity. Wow, okay, maybe it's not that bad. I mean, it looks terrible, but that's gonna bring in money. I'm gonna preemptively bump that right up there, and I'm gonna open it and bring in some money. Where's the paths? I'm not very good at stations either. As I'm thinking about it, I don't build things properly in these games. I don't really go for realism. I kind of just play, which is fine, but I'd like to become a better builder, more capable of making cool structures, but it's kind of hard to do that without a lot of references, I think. Why is the exit not connecting? What are you doing? Why did the exit connect to the queue? That must be a bug. It's hard to build stuff like that without using a lot of references, which can be kind of complicated to deal with, especially in a game like this where it's not like Planet Coaster, you're not full 3D, which I prefer this a lot to Planet Coaster anyway. And I'm hoping this game ends up with stronger management where you can't spend your entire time building things and you have to remember, oh yeah, this is a simulator, I'm losing money as I do this. But we'll see. It seems like it's going to be a lot better in that regard, just based on the way it is right now. But I don't know, I don't like Planet Coaster. I'm not going to get into that. I'll save a Planet Coaster rant for another episode if I do more. But right now, Parkitect is definitely the king. It is the best game of this type in a very long time. It really, really works off of Roller Coaster Tycoon, and they put their priorities, in the right place in terms of things like staff management and you know, break down. Like in Planet Coaster, rides break down. That's it. They just break down. In this game, their brakes get destroyed. They get struck by lightning. All sorts of stuff. You know, there's random events that pop up over here from time to time. Yeah, see, a TV program talked about my stupid little tram here, and people were like, holy crap, I have to go to that park and ride that 2-mile-per-hour tram down the road that I drove on to get to the park. I just have to. And that's really cool. I love stuff like that. But that stuff is way more important to me than complete and utter freedom to build whatever you please, however you please. And I think Planet Coaster kind of missed the mark a lot. It really disappointed me. Parkitect is doing great so far. I feel like I'm actually challenged. I feel like I actually have to pay attention. I feel like this monorail is going to cost too much money for how much money I started the park off with, especially since nobody rides it. How many people have ridden it? Nobody. Nobody's ridden it yet. Is it on? It is not on. That is probably why. I forgot to turn on the train. That would be a great explanation for why nobody is riding it. Look, they're instantly going to it. They wanted something to do. They were bored. Who's this guy? James Ferguson. This is his favorite. His favorite attraction is the mini monorail. He's ridden it 3 times. This park sucks. Everybody's riding the monorail over and over. They like this coaster, though. Let's see what they think. Does anybody think about it yet? Yeah, they want to go on it. Heck yeah. Of course you do. What did you think, Susie? Oh, she loved it. Park entrance fee is a good deal. I don't know what the park entrance fee even is. It is $1. That is a great deal. Well, I don't know how long this is going. This has probably been way too long and not interesting to start with. But I think it gives a good view of what the park looks like, you know, what you can do in it. And I'm interested in trying to make more videos like this, but I'm really nervous. I can't believe I have spoken as well as I have. That's a great time. Great time. A great time to stutter. I can't believe I've spoken as well as I have during this video. I wouldn't really speak this well even in front of somebody I knew. And I'm sitting alone in my apartment and all nervous about recording myself and uploading it and seeing what people say. But, you know, I wanted to show off the park. I wanted to kind of zoom in and show, look at these little details. Look at all this detail work I did. Hey, I completed a goal. Good job. That goal's too easy. I guess it has to be held for a year, so it might not be too easy over time. Especially if vandals show up or something. That guy's tired. What are you so tired for? But yeah, I might try and make another one. I don't know how much interest I'm gonna get. It doesn't really matter as long as, you know, a couple of people watch, a couple of people like it. It's not like I'm looking to be Silverette or Coaster B or anybody. I just want to show off. It's fun to show off. It's fun to try and be part of a community and things like that. So I hope this wasn't too terrible. I hope somebody stuck around and watched it. Look at this water. I'm so proud of this water detail. I hope somebody enjoyed watching, and I hope people download the park and like it. A lot of people on the subreddit were really positive about the progress I made with the park as I spammed the subreddit over the course of a week with pictures. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. And I hope other people are too. And that's all I have for today. So thank you very much for watching if you watched the whole way through. If you didn't watch the whole way through, thanks too, I guess. But, you know, you're kind of a jerk. I'm really bad at this. I'm going to leave now. Everybody have a good day. Go play Parkitect. Go download my park. There's a link to it in the description. Let me know what you think. Give me tips on balance and goals. And let me know if you see any issues, anything that's been done wrong, or any mistakes I made that you find, just so I can fix it. And thank you for watching. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And have a good day.